Global Esports beat Genji 2-0. It was a game that shows the significant potential and improvement of Global Esports across the league stage, and that on their best day, they can take on and beat the top guns. A lot of people were surprised at the victory, saying that Genji were the ones who kind of dropped the ball, but that couldn't be further away from the truth that GE are finally taking major steps to reaching their true potential. Let's have a look at how they 2-0'd the Giants Genji. GE just kept improving week on week, and it was seen clearly on their map pick of Pearl. They learned from their mistakes against PRX in their previous match and were not afraid to take it on again and win it in pretty strong fashion. But the real test of skill of GE was to be coming on the map of Lotus, Genji's map pick, and they wowed the whole of Pacific. It started with a rare GE pistol loss, but of course they instantly turned it around with a signature GE 5-man stack push at A. Genji let them get a free side, and that meant that GE could play on very heavy stackable post plant positions with just pistols, which we've seen that they really love to do. Global got into great positions and understood from the rightly timed control of CT that they had a good chance to distract Genji from multiple directions, and a well-timed flash from Monnier and SK Rossi's hot red form gave them a great anti-eco.
Now they can fan out a little bit more.
So they should be aware that it's coming all the way from the front side. Rock.
The spot, the swing out. Monnier gonna be good for one. Bazzi in the meantime taken down over on the site. They start to go for the defuse. TS trying to hold, but he's gonna be blinded out. Texture swings in from the side. God, they're desperately trying to pull off this defuse, but it is not gonna happen.
The stick together and push and play for trade and information from GE is working really well, as we see it here as well, and it allowed them to put together a string of rounds as they got 4 in a row and got an early lead. Eventually, Genji found a crack in their armor that was the B site. They let Global exploit it, but only to retake it with much more force that allowed Genji to gain some confidence and some rounds, but it was too soon to be taken out of the equation, as Global was still keen on taking that B site successfully, but this time with a small fake on the A site with SK Rossi's early dash in and then leaving him there to lurk, while the rest of the team found a changed up Genji side as well, who was stacking pretty strong on B, which was their doom because they lost both the players who were defending the site and couldn't play the same 5-on-5 retake and were forced to concede the 5th round to GE. After the matches that he's played so far, settling into his element, how the hell could we go ahead without seeing this masterclass of an ace round from SK goddamn Rossi?
Rossi manages to find the head, looks for the other, and it gets him. King gonna be taken down. Hawk goes out, finds the mark, but Sylvan's noted and has to back off.
And how Monnier's positioned.
Yep. God, that instantly knocked to the floor. Meteor, he's got nowhere to get out, and that's gonna be an ace from Rossi.
The C-side giveaway was a problem, as it's a great site for post plants if played right, and Rossi did just that. They put up 3 rounds in a row again, but small mistakes cost them a bigger margined half, like this round where they went towards C early on and cut sound completely to maybe convince a fake, but the problem was that GE made no other distractions anywhere else on the map except for Monnier's ultimate, which kinda didn't really sell anything. They tried to cause rotations, but Genji held their ground from the initial sound itself and shut down GE's C try with ease and ended the half close enough with a 7-5 against them. With the start of the second half, GE started their usual pistol of a heavy stack on one side of the map, which was C side this time, and pushed to gather early kills or trade off along with information and baited as much utility as possible. They tried to push the opponents to the other side, and when Genji eventually went towards A after leaving B, SK Rossi's confidence and aim and Monnier's mind gave way for another pistol retake win, pushing them further up the scoreboard.
Rossi, good for the initial headshot. He's suspecting that there's going to be another one nearby. He gets him. Monnier in the meantime off screen takes down Meteor. God dead. Backside untouched. Monnier at 21 HP, but he gets him with the frenzy. And Global continue to win these pistol rounds time and time again.
They win the anti-eco and come to the bonus with a great chance to find an important round to seal this game early and find their first 2-0. GE, as always, were really proactive with their approach on the defense, trying to take A main control aggressively and kept Genji at bay. And that was their plan in the bonus round as well. With the initial one-way smoke, a sky flash and Aaron's knife, Monnier and Bazzi were set up in great crossfire positions with Aaron right around the corner for support. Gen.G waited for their util to come back online, and then with the Omen flash, they wanted to get Meteor into a good position and distract while the rest followed him. But unfortunately, their Fade Horn didn't detect anyone, and they had no clue about G's positions. And because of an instant contact, Aiden rotated at the right time to play off of Monier's distraction to win a perfect bonus.
Comes across as the IGL will be the one to guide them.
Gen.G though weren't giving up that easily, it seemed. They regained their confidence by finding an empty B side with a good read and held the side down post plant, showing G how to actually do it. G weren't as successful playing on that post plant on the B side on their attack, and Gen.G found another round. But Global were already ready to switch up their approach the very next round. They repeated their aim and aggression again, but this time with SK Rossi as the spearhead, with his knife supported by the util of 3 others and Monier pushing up with him. They found Gen.G exactly where they wanted, with Monier playing off of SK Rossi's skill and distract on Meteor. They got 3 up front very quickly, but GodDead was able to trade both those pushers instantly with a flicky spray, and TS TP'd onto the A side with his ult, finding a third as well. A 5v2 turned instantly into a 2v2 for GE, and they stopped all movement and contact, and Texture and Aiden stuck close to each other, covering off both openings, which was a great call. They had to just play together, and their patience paid off as Texture was in the right position thanks to the call to win number 11.
Creep up. The question is he going to be ready? Here it finds one. TS finds the kill. The swing out and Texture's got him.
GE were in the driver's seat and had the perfect round to seal the deal against the second best in the Pacific. Round 20 was where it all ended for Gen.G as their confidence and strategies all came tumbling down. GE left the B side empty for retake with just Texture's turret marking the entry. Gen.G had the right read of going into the only empty side, but it was all part of Aiden's plan because they had the Killjoy and Sky ultimates. Gen.G find the B side and get a plant in the first 10 seconds of the round, but GE were ready. The minute they saw that KO knife hit B, you can see that G already know what is happening, and instantly you can see their movements change up. Rossi and Monier wait for Texture to set up his ultimate, then push through the C rotation door. Rossi trades Monier perfectly, and that's when Bazi releases his Seekers to cause a distraction for Rossi's setup. Gen.G were confused about what to shoot at, and SK Rossi, with a small adjustment, finds 2 more. King, who was playing on the long flank from C, was too little too late as SK Rossi and Bazi tied up this game with a beautiful knot, and GE found their first 2-0 against one of the best in this region.
Considering the rope, but Aaron, he finds the last 2 kills. TS and Meteor knocked out. It's a 13-8 scoreline yet again as Global Esports will deliver a clean victory over the number 2 squad of Gen.G.
It was a statement that showed the rest of the teams that G can be one of the top dogs of the Pacific. They just need a little time to settle in and work out their wrinkles. With every passing game, this team just keeps getting better, and with this win, they can hope to finish better in the Pacific than most people were touting them to do before the season started. They need to win all of their games from here to have a shot at qualifying for the playoffs. Is this finally the true rise of GE coming up? We'll find out soon as GE continues to fight.